Sci means to know, so science is the process we use to gain new knowledge. So through research and experimentation, we learn new things or we gain new knowledge. Prescient basically means to know about events before they take place, so almost like being psychic or being able to tell the future. Conscience is that inner feeling or voice that kind of gives you a guidance as to what's right and wrong. So that's your conscience. And then conscious is basically like you're awake and you're aware of what's going on around you, so you know what's going on around you. Scope means to look at or to view or to examine. So, like a telescope is something we use to see things far away, like stars and planets and stuff like that. An otoscope is actually that device that doctors use to look in your ears. So it's an otoscope. Microscope we use to look at small things. So micro meaning small, and then just scope like on a gun or something like that. This usually kind of refers to the one that's on like a gun or something like that. Scribe or script means to write. So to describe something means to tell about it, to tell what it is or what it looks like, or you could write about it. An inscription is basically something that's written like on a piece of metal or on a stone or something like that, like a tombstone. You can have an inscription. And then circumscribe has a couple meanings. So to restrict something within limits. So if you circumscribe something, you kind of set the boundaries around some action. Or in geometry, it means to draw a figure around another, touching it at points, but not actually cutting into it. So, for example, if you had, say, a triangle and you circumscribed that with a circle, you could do something like that. But the circle wouldn't cut into the triangle, it would just touch at the points. Sed means to settle or calm. So a sedative is something like a tranquilizer that will knock somebody out or make them calmer. Benadryl kind of acts as a sedative for a lot of people, it makes you sleepy. Sediment is basically particles that will settle out of water, like in a stream. You'd have sediment that would be flowing with the stream, and if the stream slows down, that sediment, the sand and silt and clay and stuff, will settle out. And then sedated basically means somebody has or something has had a sedative and it is now asleep. So if you sedate an animal to do surgery or something like that, it would be sedated. And then secu or secute basically means to follow. So a sequence is basically an order of events. So one thing happens, then another, then another. So one thing follows another. So that's a sequence. Consecutive is also sort of things happen in a specific order. So consecutive means one thing follows another. And then a consequence is something that will happen um, with a certain action. So if you do good things happen. If you do bad things happen. You have consequences. So like, for example, if you don't study for the test, you may fail the test as a consequence. So it's a something that follows another action.